Hello everyone, how you doing? It's Lee here from Free Hammers. Hope you're okay. I'm here today to give you my West Ham and Watford 1 to 11, mixed 11. Of course, we play each other on Wednesday night. Big game for West Ham now, out of the FA Cup. Lots of draws in the last few league games. We need to kick on now. We're going to finish in the top six, and thankfully we need to beat Watford. Decent side Watford, I think. Not entirely sure. They'll make a number of changes for the match, purely because they have their semi-final, of course, on Sunday. Of course, we won't be there on Saturday now, which is less said the better, I think. But anyway, so they've got that on Sunday. Hopefully, they'll have one eye on that. They're pretty much, I think they are safe now in the Premier League. So let's hope their minds are elsewhere. For more information on all of that, make sure you check out Luke's preview of that game. Also check out his review of the Leicester game, and also my slight rant about some of the decisions that have gone against us, specifically in that Leicester game as well. So anyway, for now, it's my 1 to 11 West Ham Watford mixed side. I've gone for a 4-4-2 diamond. There's 7 West Ham players in the side, 4 from Watford. Of course, at the end on the comments, let me know what I've done wrong. If I haven't done anything wrong, but this is what I think. So in goal, I've gone for Adrian and Gomez. Of course, Saturday just gone. Gomez saved 2 penalties. He's been Premier League keeper now for quite a while. Used to make quite a lot of mistakes. Seems to have cut most of those out now, and is a decent Premier League keeper. But you really could say the same about Adrian. Actually, he's made a few mistakes lately, but hopefully no more of those. He did alright, and we did have a chance to use Joe's penalty on Sunday. But I've gone with Adrian in goal. He's been very consistent for West Ham. I think he slightly pipped Gomez. So back 4. So at right back, I've gone for Neom, who I like him actually. He's an attacking right back. Cameroonian international, I believe. May have got that wrong. Apologies if I have. He provides good options on the right hand side. Gets forward, defends well. He's a decent player, and I think it's a bit harsh to say, but it's solely because West Ham haven't had a consistent right back this season. Of course, Jenkinson had a bit of a mare at the start of the season, got injured. Tompkins was filling in, and obviously we've got Sam Byram now, who I think next season will come on leaps and bounds. And actually, on that, fingers crossed he starts on Wednesday, because I'm actually kind of thinking Antonio probably could have gone in there right back, but it's not his natural position. You see, he does so well going forward. He needs to be pushed back up there. On Wednesday against Watford, bring in Byram. Let's hope that happens. But anyway, so it's Naim who comes in at right back. So the 2 centre halves, I've gone for what I think are our 2. So they're both West Ham, and they're what I think are the 2 strongest centre halves we've got. So I've gone for Ogbonna and Reed. Don't get me wrong, Collins has had a fantastic season, but in my opinion, he's the better. Reed and Ogbonna are the better players, frankly. Collins has a mistake in him, don't get me wrong, as do Ogbonna, as does Reed. But they're the 2 I've gone for. I think they're a good partnership. I think they work well together. They're both quite pacey. And with the 2 that I think will play up front for Watford, as long as they don't make too many changes, you need the pace in the side for that match especially. So Ogbonna and Reed are my 2 centre halves in this team. And left back, Aaron Cresswell. It'd be between him and Nathan Ake, who's of course is on loan from Chelsea. West Ham have actually been linked to him for next season. Actually, I wouldn't mind him as cover, because he's done alright this season, but Aaron Cresswell has been so consistent for West Ham these last 2 years since he signed from Ipswich. And of course, to top of that off, he pops up with some absolute cracking goals, as he did on Sunday at Leicester, which should have been enough to win us the game. Anyhow, he gets forward, he defends, he's just an all-round fullback. Should be playing for England, in my opinion. I've said this so many times, but he doesn't. Some bizarre reason. So Cresswell's in. So the back 4 is Naim, Ogbonna, Reed and Cresswell. So onto the midfield, it's a diamond. So the holding midfielder, I've gone for Etienne Kapuri. Another one that had a really good start to his career at Tottenham, Premiership career that is. Then had some bad injuries. Then other players emerged. He kind of fell down the pecking order, but he's now at Watford and has had a really, really good season, really strong. I think he's their strongest midfielder. He can tackle. He's a real box-to-box midfielder. Put him in the holding position, but actually he could play anywhere. in that midfield. You know, he comes up with the odd goal, not many, but the odd goal. But his main job is shielding that back four, and he does it really, really effectively. So he goes in there. So 2 in midfield, both from West Ham again. One for Chiarte, who, similar to Kapuri actually, sort of box to box, you know, strong as a ball, pops up with goals every so often. You know, just, I mean, if it weren't for Payet, I think Chiarte would be right up there for player of the season for West Ham. He's been outstanding. You know, probably could do with rest at the moment. He's played a lot of games this season, does a lot of travelling into Africa, which probably takes a toll over the season. But obviously he makes this side, and probably every mixed West Ham side that I will do, he probably makes, as will Payet, obviously. The other central midfielder gone for Lanzini, dropped to the bench on Sunday, of course, came on, did alright. Had a really good game against Arsenal in the last league game. When he plays, he sort of opens up space that Payet can then exploit, and you know, when there's 2 of them in the side like that, it can cause problems for other sides. So if you look at the midfield options for Watford, don't get me wrong, Watford have had a fantastic season, but Chiarte and Lanzini certainly take up those 2 central midfield positions. And then just ahead of him, obviously, is the main man for West Ham, is Dimitri Payet. You know, I don't think I need to say much. He'll get in any of these teams, I think. Fantastic for West Ham. Free kicks, dead balls. Corners aren't great. It was slightly improved recently. Of course, we won a penalty from his corner on Sunday. But obviously he makes the side just for... I mean, it's been a fantastic debut season, and you know, he'll probably go and have a great European Championships with France. And then perhaps we may come under pressure from some big clubs to sell him, but you know, we need to resist that as much as possible. Obviously Payet playing in his, what I think is his strongest position, in the hole. And I've gone for 2 strikers, both from Watford, purely because they work so well as a team. And the West Ham don't really have a very good, well, Sacco, but who knows what's happening to him at the moment. So I've gone for Igalo and Dini up front. They work so well off each other. When you think of pairs down the years, you think of sort of Sutton and Shearer at Blackburn. You had obviously Cole and York at United. You know, it's pairs that can really do the business for you. And these 2, they sort of complement each other so well. They both drop deep, they both go long, they're both quite strong, they can both finish fantastically well. Played together now for a couple of seasons, have a fantastic partnership. Both had really good goal scoring returns. Carlo's gone a bit quiet towards the end of the season, but you know, sometimes that can happen. First season in the Premier League, be quite tiring. They'll do well to hang on to him, I think, in the summer, because it's been a fantastic debut Premier League season for him. Dini has done really well to turn his career around. Obviously went to prison when he was younger, but he's come back out and, you know, has now established himself as a Premier League player. Only a season, we'll see how he gets on next year, but if they can keep them 2 together, that'll be a big saying how well Watford do next year. And indeed, if they go on to win the FA Cup this season, which they have a great chance of doing. So that's it. So that's my 1-11. Let's quickly recap. Adrian in goal, back 4, Nyam, Ogbonna, Reed, Cresswell, diamond midfield of Kapuri, Lanzini, Chiarte and Payet, and then Igalo and Dini up front. I think that team would give most Premier League sides a good run for their money. Probably lacking a bit of width, but lots of strength and skill in the midfield, and then obviously the 2 up front to bang in the goals. How dearly West Ham could do with one of those 2 in our squad at the moment, just to finish off some of those chances. But anyhow, that's for the summer. That's when we're hopefully bringing a good striker. That's my 1-11. We'll see you soon with the podcast, the reviews, the previews, and everything else. Let's hope we get 3 points on Wednesday. We'll give our predictions in the podcast, so make sure you check that out. But until then, have a good day or night whenever you're watching this, and I'll see you soon. Cheers.